Fellow Toastmasters, and Natalie. This is speech number 4, and the goal of it is to use the right words and sentence structure. And I don't think it's to be a written speech, but a written speech is perfect for this, because you don't learn how to have right sentence structure just by talking off the cuff. Working hard on getting those words to work together and work on themselves, you need to write it. And so this is an ideal way to give this kind of talk. It was very well done. This is well, we've all heard eulogies where you just wish this person would sit down. And my nephew stood up and gave some eulogy that, my God, it was horrible and painful. Sometimes anger comes out and all those kind of things. But not this. This was very, very well done. And the things that she did is she had what you call telling facts. And this leads to just honesty in how we speak. When we list a series of facts, and there were experiences that she had with her grandmother Margaret, and that all of us could relate to. There's just so many of them. When she talked about she was a hipster, and then she defined what the hipster was, and then she swam upstream against the mainstream, and she had several examples there. She talked about she wasn't for ownership of things, but more of something, I guess it was knowledge of things was more important to her. She had a whole list there of, she played cards, she was a mathematician, she was ahead of her time for what the traditions were. Basketball player, dyed hair, plastic jewelry, a lot of humor in all of that. So those were great specific examples that she gave. And all of us here could relate to what this woman is like. Imagine if you knew her and all of these facts came forward, they would bring all kinds of thoughts to you about what a great woman she was. She had a lot of parallelisms with contrasting between hipster, and then she talked about traditional. So she had both of these things in there going back and forth. The suggestions I'd have is it says don't have jargon. Well, here she wrote the speech, so most of the jargon was gone. The only thing I'd say as far as jargon goes is she said something like I was called on to write this speech. The right was just clanged a little bit. I mean, that didn't have to be there. She said I was selected when I was asked to give this eulogy would be better. So that's the only thing I'd say, but just a small thing. At the end, she had a long poem. It was very appropriate. My suggestion for that poem would be to split it up. That's a suggestion. I don't want to rewrite her speech. But if she would have started with those words, they were saying everything about her grandmother. And if she just took the first 1 or 2 stanzas of it and start with that, and then get into the talk, and then finish with that, then it could be a complete circle. But all in all, outstanding work. Very good eulogy.